Hello everybody, my name is Lucas Gilbert. I'm here with the Lafourche Public Library, and today we're going to do a small science experiment. What we're going to be doing is we're going to do a little science experiment in which what we're going to consist of it is a plastic jug, some hot water, and a refrigerator. What we're going to be doing, you ask? Well, let's start with a few disclaimers. First, we're going to be using some hot water. So if you do not have a water that's hot enough from the tap, it will be boiling hot. So we do recommend some adult supervision in doing this. And then also too, in which whenever you're doing science experiment, safety is #1 priority. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to be doing is we got some hot water, in which what we're going to do is we're going to fill in just a little bit of water. We're going to let it set for just a couple of minutes. What we're doing is we're getting the air inside of the jug really hot, and in doing so, what this is, the air that's inside of it is really reacting and really active, and they're very far apart. They're like a jackrabbit, and they're just going really fast, and so it's a very high pressure, in which the air that's inside here is different from the air that is outside. So we're gonna let it still a little cool, but we're gonna keep it going. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is explain what's the difference of air pressure. And what's all around us, from the top of our head to the bottom of our feet to all the sides, we're surrounded by air pressure. How much pressure that we do have? Well, let's say it's about the amount of weight of 3 small cars. That's a lot of air pressure, but it is so evenly divided that we don't even see it. So if this experiment goes correctly, in which we're going to see this bottle crush. So I think we should be fine now, in which I'm just going to empty this out. I'm going to fill it more with hot water. Really get it nice and hot. And I'm going to clamp this down, make sure it's nice and airtight. Throw it here in this freezer. We're going to give it a couple of minutes so that the air inside of it cool. So in which right now, the air that is inside the bottle right now is really hot, in which is very active, very moving around. Now I stuck it into a freezer, in which at home what you can use is a bowl of ice, and just a nice bowl of ice, and you can lay the bottle right on top of it. And then what it does is it's changing the really hot air into really cold air. And the pressure that's outside, it has to fill in some voids. So what it's going to do is it's just going to fill in that space, in which in doing so, it will collapse the bottle. In which this experiment works very well, in which there was a video on a physicist back in the 1960s in which he took a 55-gallon steel drum, and he did it in which they were rating the drum to withstand all this pressure. Well, come to find out that it completely collapsed on itself. So I'm going to go ahead and take a peek and see how our bottle is doing. It's doing nice. Well, I'm gonna leave it in there for just a little bit to maybe collapse a little bit more. But yeah, it's a difference of air pressure, in which as even you can see it as it is happening, in which the air pressure inside of it will start to get lower, and so all that active molecules, air molecules, in which they start to slow down, and in doing so, they're coming nice and close together. In which, if we bring it out, we will see that the bottle has become a little bit smaller. As you can see, it is compressed onto itself, in which if I open it back up and even out the pressure, it kind of deformed on itself, but that's all right. But if it is just a regular bottle, it will just go ahead and go back to its normal, wholesome self. And you could use any types of bottles. You have a 2-liter bottle, you could use it at milk jug. If you do use a milk jug, find one that has a screw cap so that it can really clamp down on itself. If you use just like the pop top, it might not work. So, but any jug can work. But also too, even a 55-gallon steel drum. And if the water that's in your tap is not hot enough, do boil the water for a couple minutes until it's getting nice and hot. And then once again, for our warning, please have an adult to help you because we don't want any burned hands. And also remember using safety goggles whenever doing any science experiment. And from all of us here at Lafourche Parish Public Library, see y'all next time. Stay safe.